How do I improve my chances of securing a grant?
I think for panels, they really want to know who you are as an artist, you know, what your background is, what you've been doing, the what. You know, what is it that you want to achieve through this grant? Where you want to go, what you're actually doing to do this. We also want a clear timeline, you know, which is really important, and that really shows, I think, the panel that you are doing something in an achievable way, and how you're actually going to manage it. That includes your budget, and I keep getting back to budget, but it is so important.
But it's also the question of why.
Yeah.
Why are you wanting to do that?
Absolutely. And that gets back to that whole thing around your career progression and how this is actually going to help you to get where you want to go.
We try to make sure that we have disciplines covered and levels of experience covered, but really you should assume that the panel don't know who you are. So you need to be really succinct in telling us everything you can about us, about yourself, so that the panel can really easily understand what your aims and objectives are. You know, so really take the time to read through the application criteria and to reach out to us. We love chatting to people about their applications because we want them to be successful. We want to read applications that are exciting and succinct and the project's ready to go. So please just chat to us. What is a budget? Help.
I love budgets. Budgets are so important for your grant, and most people leave them until the night before. Don't do that. A budget really helps to tell the story of what you want to achieve, but it also shows the panel that you are going to be able to do what you want to do. Essentially, a budget tells us as the grant makers where the income's coming from to show that you will be successful, and then what you're going to spend all of that income on. So make sure that both income and expenditure balance. It's really important. So check all of those things. But it really is important. There's so many people get let down by their budgets.
And it does really tell the story. Like if you have any collaborators or anyone that's giving anything in kind, this is the place to include it as well. So if you've kind of not explained that well enough in your application, we can see it in the budget and it's just really, really clear. But it also helps you when you're doing the project, reminds you actually what money you have to spend and how you can be spending it. So I think sometimes you can get caught up and think, oh, I'm going to buy more of this material or I'm going to do more of this activity, but actually you've said what you're going to spend the money on, and you actually need to stick to it as well.
The amount of times I get a budget with pages and pages and pages of attachments and they have to dig through to sort of find out what they all mean. So make it as easy as possible. And the other thing is, please make sure that when you add your budgets up, that they do add up.
And if budgets aren't your thing, talk to someone who's really good at budgets. If you've got a friend who's applied for grants and been successful, ask them to cast their eye over it.
But I think the great thing that we do is that we've got a lot of support for the artists that we have, and I think we've got stuff online, don't we, Debbie?
Yeah, we have templates for the budget online so that you can go and look at your application and see exactly what it is that we need, particularly around budgets, because it is really particular and it is a hurdle for a lot of people. So yeah, really look at the applications online and look at that template.
Because we know most of you, this is your first time applying for a grant. So we're here to help you, and come and have a chat to us.
Why was I unsuccessful? It's a hard one, isn't it?
But it's an important one.
It is.
Yeah, definitely. I think definitely ask for feedback from Helpman or from any funding body that you've applied to. And take a moment before you ask for that feedback. Have a think, take a week before you kind of get ready to receive some helpful criticism.
That's the great thing with the opportunity that Helpman gives to give feedback, because there's plenty of applications that I've had that haven't been successful. I think being an artist, that's part and parcel of a career in this kind of world. But Helpman does actually offer that feedback so that you can actually understand how to improve.
Yeah, and I think that for artists, it is really important that you be kind to yourself as well, because you are going to be unsuccessful. All of us are unsuccessful in grant writing, and it's part and parcel, which is unfortunate, but you're not going to win every grant.
No, and I think Having the perseverance is really important, but also having your community around you so that if you are unsuccessful or that you're trying to workshop new ideas, that you have your community that you can talk to and that you can make sure that you're building each other up, because even though we are kind of in competition, we're also there to support each other.
But I think it's also important to get in contact with us, because there might be other kind of opportunities outside the organisation that you can then seek to be able to fund that opportunity.
And I think it's great that you can have more than one funding opportunity concurrently with Helpman.
Exactly.
So if you're unsuccessful in one round, within your 5 or 7 year eligibility, there'll be another opportunity for you to kind of work on the application.
Yeah.
Yeah.